So let's start with the next set of questions for prelims. The first question in this set talked about polyethylene terephthalate. Now this, which is also known as PET, is one of the most common polymer which is being used, and this can be blended with wool and cotton to reinforce, so that's definitely true. The bottles have been made and it can be recycled into other products, again correct. It can be disposed by incineration, that's by burning it off, but it would cause greenhouse effect, so fourth is incorrect. Again, the containers made for it can be used to store alcoholic beverage, but there is a problem. We have to understand the differential permeation rate. Now the differential permeation rate for water is much higher than ethanol. As a result, if ethanol is stored into these containers, the proportion of ethanol over time can increase, which is beyond the permissible limits, and this is one of the reasons we cannot actually store alcoholic beverages in PET containers. So 1 and 3 are the correct options here. The next question is, which is not a bird? So golden mahseer is not a bird, it is a fish, as we have seen in our down to earth studies. Now these three are the birds. So a very important thing about spoonbill, which is seen in Antarctica. We have commonly studied it in our previous lectures, and you have at least 1 or 2 questions based on this type of analysis commonly asked. Now nitrogen fixation plants, alfalfa is a very good nitrogen fixer. Chickpea is again an excellent nitrogen fixer, along with clover, red clover specifically. They can have nitrogen fixation up to 250 hectares kg per hectare. Now what is important, sometimes students get confused. Amaranth is grown with cowpea, so cowpea is a nitrogen fixer and amaranth uses that nitrogen, so amaranth is not a right option. So 1, 3 and 4 are the correct options here. The next question, biorock technology. Now this is a technology through which the damaged coral reef can be restored. So you have accretion process that occurs through the electrodes below the water surface, and this technique was initially given in 1976 by Wolf Hilberts, and later on, since then, this technique is used to actually restore the damaged coral reef. So A is the right option in this question. Miyawaki method, again a question from down to earth. This is creation of mini forest in urban area. Extremely important question, again important for those appearing for your geography optional as one of the subjects. This can be part of one of your case studies that you can cite on urban afforestation. The next is Government of India Act 1919. With reference to it, the functions of the provisional government were divided into reserved and transferred subject. Now which of the following are considered as reserved subject? So under the Government of India Act 1919, 3 of the important subjects are considered as reserved, and those are law and order, police and revenue. So 1, 3 and 4 are the correct options for this case. The next is the term fanam in medieval India refers to. So this was a coin, so a coin currency which was used, and this was issued in Travancore province. So this is one of the questions from Madras Presidency around 1800s. The next question about the freedom fighters with Ghadar party. So we have the list of freedom fighters with Ghadar party, and here the right answer is Rajbihari Bose. As you can see, Rajbihari Bose was part of the Ghadar party. Then we have Barindra Kumar Ghosh. He was a revolutionary member of the revolutionary group of Bengal. Jogesh Chandra Chatterjee was a member of Anushilan Samiti. So 3 only is the right option for this question. The next question talks about Cripps mission, a very direct question we have covered in our video series, so just refer to the mains video series. Now here both the options are correct. The Constituent Assembly would have members nominated by the Provincial Assembly as well as the princely states, and any province which is not prepared to accept the new constitution would have the right to sign in as a separate agreement with the British regarding its future. Now this we have also covered in our NCERT, so again an important topic. Cripps mission was an important topic that we discussed. Now which of the following texts are Jain texts? Now 1 and 3 are the Buddhist text, and 2 and 4 are the Jain text. Trishalti Trilakshan Mahapuran was written by Acharya Jinasen, who was one of the Jain scholars, and again the Parishishta Tapavaran was written by a Jain scholar. So 2 and 4 are the right options for this question. The next question is Aryadev and Dignaga were the Buddhist scholars. So Nath Muni was a Vaishnav scholar, and he was also known as Ranganath Muni. So 2 options are correct here. So only 2 pairs are correct. Now here, this is a different type of choices which are given for the first time here. But yes, the meaning remains the same. The next is the first Mongol invasion happened during the time of Jalaluddin Khilji. This is something that we have talked in our lectures on Mughal history that we have covered on YouTube itself. Then another important thing was during Alauddin, it was 2 Mongol assaults, first on Siri, then again on Delhi with the second capital. Now here 2 becomes the incorrect option, and Muhammad bin Tughlaq temporarily lost the northwest to Mongols. We have explained this through the map and the images, so just refer the class back and you will have a detailed insight about the answer. So 1 and 3 are the correct options for this question. The next is Kulandharan. Now Kulandharan is the cap wearers. So Sayyids were called as the cap wearers, and they were the ones who followed the concept of Kulandharan. Similarly, we had the Dastar Band. The Dastar Band was Dastar Bandhan was the concept used for judicial and religious purposes. Okay, so that was another term that was commonly popular during the medieval period. Now, a very important question. Now, the first choice, Dutch came around 1605 to 1825, and Masulipatam was the first factory that was established. Gajapati rulers in Odisha were from around 1434 to 1541, so their time period even does not match, so this option automatically becomes incorrect. Alfonso de Albuquerque captured Goa from Bijapur Sultan. This is something that we have covered in our lectures again on medieval history, the Mughal period. Then we have the post-Mughal period. The next is the East India Company established a factory at Madras on the plot land leased from the representative of Vijayanagar Empire, and that's correct. It was under the Damral Vendaki or the Venkatappa, who was during the Vijayanagar period, and he was the son of the Dharmal Chenappa Nayaka from Vijayanagar. So 2 and 3 are the right options for this question. So B becomes the right option. The last question for this section was on the Danda Pariniti of Kautilya Arthashastra. Now this says that a person could be slave as a result of judicial imprisonment. That's correct. Now once the person is part as a slave of the process as a part of judicial imprisonment, if the person is female and bores a son to the master, she is legally free. In case she is still bonded, her brother or sisters are legally free. So that's again second is the correct option. So 1 and 2 are the correct option, and Kautilya's Arthashastra is an important topic. We had seen previously also questions from Arthashastra which were asked. So this was again another important question. So 1 and 2 are the right options for this question. So if you have any questions or doubts, feel free to post those in the comment below, and important links are available in the description. Have a wonderful day. We'll be continuing with the next set shortly.